Hi everyone. Hi. How are you doing today? Well, I told you yesterday in my video I was gonna make a video about races. Races. Anyway, I feel compelled to make this video because there is confusion, too much confusion, too much war, and too much bloodshed. It's not natural. It's not natural. But before we go into this video, today is a day of identity, an entity that I like to communicate with. I like to um, give praise to, and this entity is Iansan. Iansan. Oya. Oya. And she's an African goddess who was discriminated by other women through jealousy, envy, and she was made to run away because the other women got jealous of her because of her beauty and her fertility. She was very fertile. She's a goddess, and today, Wednesday, is one of the days is a day to praise her. So I'm into her, and I have been for a long time, and I'm gonna silence my mind so I can connect with her divinity, and we go to the race video, the races video that I told you about. Vamos, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's crack the race code, which is not a complicated one. It's very simple. Very simple. Okay. I had a question Okay, Zilda, who is the first race? Who still is, who is the primordial race? Who is the primordial race? Good question. The primordial, I don't know if you know the name primordial, the primordial race is the Negroids. Negroids. They are the primordial race, born in a region, coming in a region of Kent, in that area over there, when in what they call now Middle East, Egypt, that area over there. That was the first primordial race came to be. They are the Negroids. The Negroids, every time you see a Negro, which is a marginalized for gods and goddesses, you are seeing a god and a goddess. So, with that said, we're going to crack now the races. The Negroids, came to be. How they came into this realm of reality is a different story. We are going to talk about race, but this video is going to be a long one. I am wondering to make the second and the third one because it's a good, well, not just good, but it is, a lecture. It's a lecture about races. So the Negroids came to be, and they were just doing fine. But many years pass, many thousands of years. Yes, the earth is much, much, much older than they say. And yes, the dinosaurs was nothing but dragons. There was a time in planet Earth that the fancy movies, show to you. There were dragons, there were unicorns, there were, you imagine in terms of myth, creatures existing around. We are going to crack this code as well. That's including a race fight. So, the Earth was a beauty planet. The Negroids were telepathic beings. There was no need for them to communicate verbally. That's quite a primitive concept. And they were just fine. But many thousands of years pass, they breed within their own sector, their own race, and there was what you might call a genetically dysfunction. And they start breathing, they start procreating albines. And they knew that wasn't a natural phenomenon. There was something wrong. So the albines came to be, and they decided to isolated this group of beings called the albines to somewhere in a planet Earth. Of course, they would still guide them and teach them, but they were not allowed to participate in ceremonies. They were not allowed to do certain things because the Negroids knew it wasn't a natural phenomenon. Something went wrong. So the Negroid dispense these albines people to faraway lands. I'm not going to give the land names. You know which land it is. Come on. Well, I guess it's a lecture I have to tell you. In this place, which we call Europe. So the Albanians start conceiving within their own group, and that's how the Caucasians, what you guys call Caucasian there, the Caucasian race came to be. Because the Albanians they breed within their own group, you know. We know that sex is a natural urge of our physical body. So it doesn't matter how holy you try to be, you always gonna have sexual urge. It's a natural phenomena in our physical, biological body, machine. So there comes the what you call Caucasian race. Of course, these children of the Negroids felt discriminated, they felt left out, pushed out, and they carry on these emotions, feelings, you know, this state of anxiety, depression, this state of being rejected within the DNA. DNA is real. It's nothing but your genetically memories of your past, you know, lives, your past lives, your ancestors, you know, deep inside the Albanians knew their parents, and that they knew they were entitled to some of their divinity. They come from the Negroids, they knew they were divine as well. So, there a war broke loose between the children, that's what you call the war of the gods. The children of the Negroids and the Negroids themselves. The Albanians, now Caucasian, because they have been breeding within themselves, you know, felt entitled to some portion of our planet, Earth. Knew that they had magic abilities. They got themselves into fabricate very powerful weapons with the understanding they had from their own parents. So, going back today, that's why we call motherland people, motherland. Going back to the motherland, which we call Africa, Kemet, Egypt is Kemet, Africa, yes. The Negroids persuade the Albanians, now Caucasian, persuade their own parents to give them some analogy, to teach them the mystery of the universes for them to be able to survive. And feeling compelled to help their own children, the Negroids agreed to teach them. And that's your war. There is no such a thing as First and the Second World War. No. We are living in the time post-war time of many wars. You know. You remember, in the time of the Roma, there were many wars taking place. Just after they killed the being that you call Jesus, which was a divine being, they knew that because they They connect themselves with the low realm, the spiritual low realm, which is the first and the second. Those low spiritual realm of the first and the second realm, they know stuff. They are spirits, so they travel from one, but they cannot leave the first and the second realm, but they know stuff. They're spirits. They know things. So connecting with the low realms, the Albines, Caucasian, got to know, how to make weapons and how to beat, how to defeat the parents, which are the Negroids. But meanwhile, some of the Negroids interact and breed with the Albans, Caucasian. We all like what's different, don't we? Come on. We have a slice of chocolate cake every day for our lunch. And then someone puts a Madeira cake in front of us. We have been having chocolate cake for 2 weeks now. I mean, unless you have dysfunctional, brand, you go often to the difference of the cakes, which is the Madeira cake. We all love what is different. We all do. Stop telling lies to yourself. So breathing with the Caucasian, which now is called Caucasian, was nothing but albine, came what we call now mulattoes. It was a trick that the albines, hashtag Caucasian, played in their own parents, the Negroids. That's right, we see many Negroids in love with a Caucasian women. Hey, no discrimination in here. Fact. So, and here comes, what we call now the mixed races. Mixed races, yeah? A albine Caucasian being with a Negroid. So here comes a mixed race child. If you have ever seen a mixed race child from the Negroids and what we call, pale faces, albine / Caucasian, they are quite pretty little things. And if you mixed what we call in the culture of Brazil, the culture which I grew up, we have mixed a mulatto, now what some people call mulatto, and a Caucasian, hashtag albine, you get what we call olive skin people. That's right, in the region of Spain, Italy, we have loads of people with olive skins, don't we? Dark hair, dark eyes, brown eyes, and a beautiful olive skin, type of skin. I'm gonna give you an example. Remember, a mixture of mulatto and a hashtag Caucasian albine mixed together comes what you see here. This Can you see? Let's see if you can see. This is my little boy. The picture is not very, the picture now, the camera is not very good. But can you see now? He has got beautiful curly hair, dark eyes, and he has got a beautiful olive skin. That's your Arabis, Spanishes, and Italians. That in here. Arabis, Spanishes, Hispanic, and Italians. This is my son. His name is Joseph. I've got more picture. This is him when he was newborn. Look at his school. This is a symbol. This is a symbol, a sign of divinity. In some tribes in Africa, they would do anything for a child to be born with this skull. Can you see? I tell you, when I tell you I'm a goddess, I'm not telling bullshit, people. Please, have some respect. That's my little baby when he was born. His dad, an English white Caucasian, was shocked. He kept asking the nurse what was wrong, if his head would go down. I knew because I am linked with the spiritual, the high, and also can be the low spiritual realm. I don't use the low realm. No, I go to the high realm. This is my baby. Can you see? Joseph. You cannot see very good here, but he was born red. Red, red, red. Okay? Okay. That's my baby at the age of 3. Can you see his hair? His hair was a kind of... his hair was black when he was born, but it then became a little bit reddish color. That's him. That's him now. His skin get a little bit dark, summertime. He easy tan. That's right. The Arabs, Hispanics, and Italians, they are easy tan. They tan easily. That comes from the side of the family with negroids tendency. That's my baby here. Can you see him? Yes, he's gorgeous. I know. So it's also that if you mix a mulatto, from any country, you mix a mulatto with a white hashtag, Caucasian hashtag, albino, you get this. She looks like Asian, doesn't she? Like a Asiatic girl, Japanese, Chinese, Thai, Philippine. That's what you get. That's your races. Yes, I am a goddess. I am the mother of the Asian community and the Arabs, which is the Spanish and the Italians. There's your Asian race. Let me give you another photo. There is your Asian girls that you love so much to marry, and there is your Arabs, Italians, Hispanics, which is the same thing, your Arabs. Remember that after that, there was a war between the Arabs and the European, which is still, going on at this time. It's nothing but the children fighting against their own parents. Happens everywhere. Now and again, you also see crimes perpetrate by children killing their parents for money. Most of the time, it's money driven. There. That's your Asian girl. That is your olive skin, Arabic boy. A Italian, a Hispanic, with this olive, and the dark eyes and the dark hair is nothing but him. Yes, guys, I am your mother as well. Respect. There she is again. I have already showed this. There she is. Can you see her? There she is. She's beautiful. I know. Some of you, don't think that, the Asiatic, hashtag, Japanese, Chinese, Philippines, Thais, all the people there with eyes like that are not beautiful people. I think they are. I am their mother. I am their mother. I am their mother. I have got nothing but love for them. They are mixed race. They are not pure race. They are mixed. There. They have negroids, bloods on them. They shouldn't discriminate against negroids if they are great grandparents. Have some respect, people. There. That is your Asian little girl. Here you are. That is your olive skin, dark eyes, dark hair, which wasn't dark, as you can see, was a little bit reddish. We call that in my language, what we call cabelo castanho. There. That is your olive skin, dark eyes, brown. Yeah, have some respect. For me, at least. And that's me. There you have your races. And then you ask me, but Zilda, what about the Indians? The Indians is just Arabic. It's just that when, there is a dark, very dark skin child, still with straight hair, but they marry another very dark skin girl, marry another very dark skin individual, then will get a dark skin child. That's, that's right. In Indian, they have the system of arranged marriage. What the colonials were trying to do is that make sure that they were with their own, color. Yeah, they were in color. These people are wow. Okay, these people are beyond repair. Okay, beyond any psychiatric, psychological, and whatever therapy. They are born in hate because they were rejected. No, because it was a bad thing to do. But the Negroids knew the Negroids were high involved gods, goddesses being. They knew that was natural to have a albino child. There was some dysfunction going on. But then again, they have been breeding with their own tribes, what you call tribals. No, Africa is not it wasn't a desert, wasn't, a land come from nothingness. No, that was a war. Weapons was dropped. The war you see today, you see that taking place now. So there is your race. So in Indian, they are nothing, but they are just an Arabic. Arabic, of course, that's right. In Indian, we have everywhere actually. We have races against color. If someone is very light color, they get the best jobs in Indian races, thanks to the colonials. In India, we have a problem with people wanting to be a light skin. Everywhere is like that. In Asian as well. The reason some Asian, Chinese, or even Japanese is light skin because they marry light skin people. If you marry but if they marry some Asian darker than them, but these people have been inbreed, with their own people, with their own tribe. So that's right. They have a say that everything comes from Africa. We all come from one source. Yeah, you bloody right. You bloody right. You right. You right today. We all come from the Negroids. Forgive me. I feel it's much better to call Negroids than any other name. They all come from Negroids. Mama. Mama, that's your God. That's your mother. That's right. They decided to replace her, the original mother, with a white beard, albino #Caucasian God, because deep in their core, in themselves, in their core, they hate their own mothers. That's right. We had the war against women in the Inquisition phenomena, in the Inquisitions phenomena, because these people were rejected by her, for reasons that only she can tell you, but I'm sure I will be able to explain to you the reasons. And they felt reject. That's right. What they did with taking Ismael from me, is that they under removing my children, giving them to the psychotic Caucasian #dad, is because they are trying very hard to make these children hate me. These children, including my baby over there, over there, Ismael. No, I'm not paranoid. I haven't smoked a spliff for 3 weeks now. No, I haven't had a drink. I know what I'm saying. They do anything to put their image on your brain. This war on color, there is no such a thing as race. We are all one race, come from one womb, which is her, she. The primordial being. That's right, they go through so much trouble to put their faces in movies, newspapers, pictures, pictures, because deep inside they are full of self-hate. Okay, and the religion in your book, it says that you going to hell, you going to worship the image of the beast. There is the image of the beast. You have already worshipping it for so long. That's right. Back in the culture where I manifest physically through my earthly mother, men are obsessed with blonde women because they grow up only watching a blonde, Caucasian women on a telly. That's the war in your psyche. Okay? And girls, Brazilian girls, they get obsessed with hashtag Caucasian, hashtag, albino men, because they have been in their psychic, they have been manipulated to like the figurine, of the Caucasian men. That's why we see many Brazilians, marrying, Europeans and other Caucasian races, because we grow up with this imagery. Since we were this big. The war, there is a physical war going on. I don't know if the war over there has finished, has ended. I would recommend you to do so. Your time is tick, tick, tick. But there is also a war in your psychic for you to worship the beast. That's right. Christ called them the beast because these people was a manifestation of what went wrong genetically, with the Negroids at the time of conception. There is your race. I had a so-called person I knew, and she didn't believe in God or anything. Like many of them, they are atheists. Many of them, they are atheists, or they are embraced in the Christianity movement, because they reject their own creadora, their own creator, her, she. And she used to say, no, I don't believe it. Actually, I met many people like this. No, I don't believe in supreme forces and the things like that. Because if there is, where is the other races come from? I am willing her to watch this movie. Me, Zilda, me, a Deusa Zilda da Conceição, here is your race. Arabs, hashtag Italians, Hispanics, anyone with the olive skin and the dark hair and the dark eyes, Asian. Yes, I'm powerful. Very powerful. That's right, there is a war on the Negroids, from the beginning. It's craved, it's deep in their psychic. That's right, there's so many Negroids that hate their own selves because they have been attacked from a long time by their own children. I have had the experience to have my children turn against me. And trust me, it's not a good, experience that I would wish in anyone. But that was the help of the dark forces, witches. Witches are real. Never mind that. I am, a goddess, hashtag witch. And they turn against me, And even my little boy, I didn't mention that today, but also, he was already, hashtag, in love with this hashtag Caucasian albino woman. He went straight to her. That's what they do. They put their image everywhere for the little children, see them as the Virgin Mary. The Virgin Mary with that very, very, very pale skin, long dark hair, holding the baby Jesus, oh, baby Jesus. That's what they want for our children to, be, indoctrinated. I am not racist. I'm giving to you what I know. I am wise, very wise. I'm wise beyond, comprehension. You can't, you won't, you will never fool me again. So with that being said, okay, it's gonna take a little bit longer, this video. Next time you see an Asian, remember who is their mother. Me, I am, me, I am, me, I am. Next time you see an Arabi, or, Arabi under Asia. There is no, Arabi under Asians. After that is just another mixed. Okay? The problem with being, the scientific problem when a race are inbreeding with their own tribe is that at some point there's gonna be some physical dysfunction. Okay, will be. That's what happened with Mama and the Dada Negroids. Okay, so the war in color, on skin color, it is, a war which is full of self-hate, self-rejection, and a lack of self-love. I know at some point in my experience, I will have to deal with my children who has been, systematically, being systematically, taken away from me, with their probably emotions of hatred towards me. That's what they do. Okay, because they hate their own mother. They do. And but I am preparing myself with those videos I am making for you guys to watch, and also my children, to see that I did whatever I could, to keep them with me. But they are in my heart. Every single day I think of them. And every single day I know, okay, that these beings, the time are over. They are going crazy because they know these beings, they communicate with the low spiritual realm, who seeks nothing but a blood and a physical desire. They communicate with the low realm, the low spiritual realm, the first and the second dimension in science, in scientific terms, which is the first and spiritual realm. And they have some analogy of what's going to happen in the future. They use tools to communicate with the spiritual beings who seek blood and a sacrifice. Yesterday on my video, I didn't mention the fourth realm. There is a fourth realm as well. Now there is, after that, we are living in the third realm, which many people call 3D reality, which is a basic realm, so you can learn stuff. And then you jump to the mean, because the fourth and the third realm is very much similar. It's just a learning university, just for the souls to develop. The aim really is to jump from the third realm to the fifth. That's why yesterday I forgot about the fourth, because the fourth realm is just like in here. Okay, we are all studying. So the aim is to jump from the third realm, the 3D reality, to the fifth. Okay, but many of you won't have this chance. Okay, that's right. They are so scared. They are doing anything to manipulate the weather. They have weapons. The harp. In America, the harp. They can change the weather. They change the weather. They manipulate the weather because they cannot put up with the sun. That's your vampire story. They will accelerate in the sun. That's right. How many people, my beautiful mama? Millions of people are diagnosed every single year with cancer of the skin. There's no such a thing as cancer of the skin. That's the sun punishing them, which is our dada, punishing them for the lack of respect, for the lack of compassion, for the lack of love for themselves and the others. The sun is not your friend. Get over it. The sun is not anybody's friend. The sun will burn your asses, in 5, seconds if he wants to. That's right. These people cannot face a sun burn more than 42 degrees. They will accelerate. They will feel bad. Even one day, I had what you call sunstroke, something like that. I enjoyed myself all day in the sun. It was a beautiful day in Brazil. It was summertime. I just got some new bikinis, some new flip-flops, and a hat. I like hats. I love hats. And oh my goodness, I didn't feel anything, of course, like me. I have natural protection thanks to my Negroids parents. And by night, oh no, my back was on fire. It's like I was burning. I couldn't even lay down. I asked my cousin to put a lotion on me. I had a beautiful cousin. Fun enough, he was a little bit lighter than me, slightly light. And he had beautiful honey. In Brazil we call honey color eyes. And he had hair. He had this type of hair of my little boy, which in Portuguese we call castanho claro. So he put lotion on my back, just natural lotion. Wasn't even those lotion they have nowadays for sun burning. And I slept on a chair, in a chair like this, I thought, oh my God, I must respect the sun, never anymore, So I wasn't the one who laid down in the sun and, take the sun in. I usually, when I used to go into the beach, by the way, I had the privilege of growing up very close to the coast. And I used to walk. In Brazil, it's very common for the women in those days, to have a sun bikini, to have a tan mark in the bikini. We have this tan mark, and then we use tops to show that we have that's called showing off. We all did that. It was amazing. Of course, after that, I used the beach only for swimming. I used to love swimming until my so-called, athlete, psychopath, sorry, Dada, a dad put fear on me with sharks. I would rather swim with sharks anytime in the sea, than interact with some individual, At least a shark is showing me his true nature, Some individual hide the agenda. You know that. There are many fake people out there hiding the true nature. So my advice to you, this video is going to be an hour long. I'm going to make another one, how to identify genetically dysfunction in a particular group. I'm going through a scientific and a physical, ways, of you knowing someone is genetically dysfunctional. So for you guys, Asians, Arabs, you have got one mother, which is me. I am your mother. So don't underestimate me. Don't fool me anymore. You can't. Be wise. Stop the nonsense of looking at yourselves any better than a negroid person. You are nothing but their children. Have some respect for them, and they stop being silly. It's a warning for you, That's right. Presidents, kings or whatever it is of some particular country, they are selected by the color of the skin first, And that's why we see presidents in Asian, in Arabs, and public sector with light skin, very light skin, because it's a war in color, in race. In Brazil, where the population, I would say 90%, negroids, hashtag mulattoes, it's very rare when we see a negroid or a negroider, a president, or other, Brazilians are so caved in deep hatred for their own, ancestral, background. And the plus, the controllers of the, the X controllers of this realm 3D is losing the battle. They cannot go in the sun, There are things that they cannot eat physically, It's not good for them, like garlic, onions, natural things that is remedy for your body. Onions, garlic, spices and stuff like that, things that me and the other races love, these people cannot eat. That's right, they come with the concept that you smell when you eat garlic. No, it's just for them, it's detrimental. It makes them physically sick. So guys, with love, that's your races, If you watch this video, I ask you, but you don't do it anywhere because, you are rebels just like me. Some of you don't give a shit, But I would love if you could place a comment and maybe press the like, and dislike, whatever. Like I said, I am the alchemist. The alchemist. I am the alchemist. I am the alchemist. So, and just enjoy it. Enjoy your day, have fun. When you go out of there, remember, yes, it's true, we all come from one single mother. Okay, she is ready to extinguish, destroy some of you. There is no such a thing as hell. When some of you died, physical death, you going to there. If you were a very bad, which there are many, beings out there, you going to the lowest realms. But some of you will go to a high, what we call scientifically talking, spirituality talking dimension. It's gonna be amazing, guys. Just